I came back to GT7 after a year of not touching the game completely, just to see if anything changed in terms of online racing, the racecraft of people racing in the sport mode, but also to get the Platinum trophy for the game, because I needed 17 races to get the Platinum trophy, and this video is going to show you the story of 17 races. But before we go into that, I want to show you something. I'm keeping a 992 from Hot Wheels with the Gulf livery in my PC case, and I found the exact same livery in the GT7 editor. So yeah, how cool is that? Race 1 started fairly nice, but on lap 4 I decided to go into pits because we had to go into the pits to change tires at least once, and I had 2 wheels on the track still. I did not cross the line, but for some reason unknown to me, I have got a 3-second penalty. Like what? On lap 5 of the race number 2 I had worn out tires and I caught the green ice, because that thing on the road is ice apparently, and I got P12. Race number 4. Why 4? Because the third race had nothing interesting. I was being chased by 992 and I got into the back of the Mantai Porsche. Yeah, totally my fault, but yeah, if I would use my brakes a little bit earlier, I would be in the barriers instead. That's how you race in GT7. Race number 5, I qualified P6, and as you can see in the front of me, one car got the green ice. So we gained 1 position, and here another one. How can you spin right here? Yeah, I was thinking that, and a few laps later I did the same thing. Race number 6, I managed to improve my qualifying time by 2/10, I think it was, of a second. Yeah, so the lap 1 was good, turn 1 was good, at least. But then at the end of lap 1, in the chicane, we got Dave Bomberini by Ferrari Mafia, Italian Mafia, and also Lightning McQueen wanted his piece of a cake, but not for too long, because at the end of the main straight he turned a little bit too early and had to brake, and I couldn't save him, and we've got P5 back. 2 laps later we only needed to get P4 now, but luckily the Porsche in front of us got the green ice, so we could pass him. Only 3 laps later Ferrari was coming out of the pits and he bumped me for some reason, like no idea what's going on, just let me pass, let me go, and I got the penalty for this. Yeah, this penalty system is great, but at least I got the fastest lap of the race, so... Race number 7, I started from P4 with the time of 2:00.911, which is the fate. I have to drive the Porsche. Okay, so on the first lap I tried to not kill P3 right there, and Audi on P2 decided to do some WRC, so we got P2. By the way, if you are still not subscribed to this channel, please do it right now, because in 1 year or 2 years, when I will have 1 million subs, you will be able to put a comment. I was here before 200 subs, man. Look, I finally learned to enter the pits, so I did not get any penalties afterwards. But only 1 lap later, the green ice of Suzuka pulled me in, and I had issues on turn 1. But that was not my only issue, because P3 was closing in on me because of my mistake. And he was really close. I had to run. And I managed to run away, so I got P2. Day 2, race 8, I qualified P5, we had the Deep Forest races now with GT3s. And on lap 2 we had some close battles with the Italian in Audi, some door banging, but that was still respectful. But as I was approaching turn 1 on lap 3, the same Italian just decided to use me as the braking pillow, and we were back to P5. Not for too long though, because at the end of lap 4 we were following him through the tunnel, but he turned in so late for the last turn and I bumped into him. I feel bad for that because I should have given him his position back, but yeah, it is what it is. And I finished on P4. In race 9, starting from P4 on lap 1, I had some issues controlling the car because I picked the Ford GT, which is the meta for this track, and I had to leave some space for the Ferrari. As you can see, he also had some issues controlling the car there. Then he overtook me like 1 or 2 corners later, and then at the end of the straight I have managed to overtake him and get my position back. On the second lap I had the same issues in the same spot, really. I couldn't control this Ford GT, I don't know, it's undrivable for me. I will never pick meta car ever again in GT7 because it's stupid. And yeah, I couldn't control my car, the Ferrari driver couldn't control his, and I got spun out. I didn't quit that race, I like 2 laps later touched the barrier and got a penalty for that, like how stupid is this? And I finished this race on P11. Race number 10, I also started from P11 here, and from the start of this race I got bumped in the rear. I almost bumped the car in front of me, and I could definitely feel the pressure behind my back because this race was a higher rank one. Even though I'm a B-rated driver, there were A-rated drivers, so it was a race of higher stakes. But what happens here is out of this world. I was following the Porsche in front of me, I even got out of the slipstream to slow down a little bit, and he used his brakes like 5 meters too early for me to react to it. And I obviously got a 4-second penalty for sending him into the Shadow Realm. Even the Ford GT wanted to like kill me here for some reason, I don't know why. You can see how people in front of me are fighting, like it's a life and death experience really in those A to B, like B to A races. So yeah, for me it was a game of survival right now, because as you can see everyone was just door banging and pushing you off the track. I don't know if I had the 4-second penalty, I have the label of, I don't know, a braking pillow or something, like you can see here that everyone was just banging on me. But now I had some time to rest because of the 4-second penalty. At the end of the back straight I was turning in for the last corner, and the same guy that I sent into the Shadow Realm sent me into the Shadow Realm. And the funny thing is that he did it on purpose and he didn't get the penalty for that. How cute is that? I swear to God, I have never seen a worse penalty system in any game ever. Like for real. But if you think this is ridiculous, the next race will prove you wrong, because I was following 2 guys in front of me. One guy on P2 got spun out, so P3 and P2 started to fight for the position, and I wanted to go next to them and pass them, let them fight. They got into me and I've got a 5-second penalty for that. Like, why? I would love to see the actual logic behind the penalty system, because nobody understands it, I feel like. So I finished this race on P10. And for the race number 12 I dropped in rank. I started from P2 and finished on P3, so it was possible to have a nice clean race. Race 13, I started on P1 and also finished P1. I don't know if it's because I started on P1 and qualified P1, so I could have a clean race for once, but yeah, it is possible, definitely. On the second lap of the next race I was following a Porsche, and I was lifting the throttle to not bump into him, but he still used his brakes for some reason in a straight line, not turning in, and I bumped him, but I finished that race on P2. Race number 15, I qualified P1 and also finished P1. So, perfect. 2 wins in the span of 17 races. Not bad for a controller player, I would say. Race number 16. Nothing interesting happened really, but I just wanted to show you how ridiculous the penalty system is here, because in this place you can get 2 penalties. One for track limits and one for hitting the wall. So, yeah, perfect. So, the conclusion time now. GT7 can be fun. I'm playing it on a controller, and what you just saw is was all on the played on a controller. I don't know how it is with a wheel, and I don't want to try it because I have the wheel, as you can see, but it is for real simulators. And yeah, GT7 is not a real simulator for me because it doesn't simulate enough systems for me, at least, to be called a simulator. But yeah, I don't want to play it on a wheel because I will learn bad habits on a wheel. I feel like I don't want to lose my LMU muscle memory. So I think I will keep playing GT7 because it is a fun racing game, but not as serious as PC simulators like LMU, for example, which is my favorite one so far. But yeah, here it is. Check the video about LMU because it was a fun one and a lesson to never leave ruined races. Bye.